Welcome back to GeForce and our coverage at E3. I'm Julian, and we're here today to talk about PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. And we have with us, who better, PlayerUnknown himself, Brendan Green, which, first of all, you've got to be the most well-known unknown person ever at this point.
Yeah, after the Xbox thing a few days ago, I've become player slightly more known.
Player slightly more well-known. Well, welcome. First of all,
much.
This game has, I think, caught some of us by surprise and others who've been keeping an eye on it, not at all. But you launched back in March into early access, and it's gotten off to a flying start.
Yeah, it surprised us a little bit as well. I mean, I knew it would be somewhat successful, but the level that we've seen, we just passed 3 million copies sold in 3 months. It's been insane.
That's a good number.
That's a really good number.
Respectable numbers.
Yes.
So 3 million copies, and of course this game is a massive battle royale style game. It's 100 players, huge wide open island. They have to scavenge, pick up weapons. Last one standing is winner, winner, chicken dinner.
That's right.
So this game has been, in one form or another, kind of slowly emerging for you, right? This started with like Arma 2.
Yeah, so this started way back, me making a mod of basically of a game I wanted to play, you know? So I started with the Arma 2 Daisy Battle Royale mod, moved to Arma 3 when the standalone came out, and then H1 happened, and the rest is kind of history. But yeah, so this has been coming together for like 4 years, so through various iterations, and now I finally got to make my final vision for the game, and Battlegrounds was born.
So it's launched in early access, tons of players already, but even more people watching.
Yeah, it surprises the amount of viewers we get, but I think it's just because of the way that matches are, that you can have some of the time boring matches, but some of the time the most thrilling match of your life, and that's great for a spectator sport, especially on Twitch, because there's downtime and action. You know, as someone said on Reddit, I think you can choose the intensity of your round. You can choose where to drop into. You can choose. So as a spectator sport, it gives especially streamers the time to sort of, you know, take time off from fighting someone and go and hide somewhere and talk. And I think it makes it a good viewer sport because it allows streamers to interact.
I'm really interested to see what's going to happen when some streamers out there get really, really good and you have 100-player matches of people who are all experts at this game.
Oh, it's going to get very good, I think.
That's going to be fascinating.
Yeah.
With that in mind, you guys are developing tools that are going to make them more fun to watch for streamers, right?
All right, that's it. So we have 3D replays being worked on at the moment. I'm really excited for this because it allows you to watch the whole game in engine, back in full quality if you want, and use a free cam with cinematic tools to really create your own machinimas and your own videos from your own rounds. So, you know, it gives content creators the chance to really make some interesting movies if they want to, and do overdubbing and all kinds of stuff.
Was this a feature that you knew from the beginning you wanted, or after seeing the response or some feedback?
No, so this was, we have 2D replays ever since Arma 3 Beyond, and you know, we have the map replays and the round histories and stuff, and that's great. And our executive producer, Chang Yang, he said, you know, we can do 3D replays in Unreal. So once he said that, it was like, well, that just opens up a whole...
We have to do that now,
a whole other realm of possibilities for this.
Yeah, now that you've said that. So, being in early access, some games, they launch on there, and they seem to stay very happily there for a long time. They accrue a big player base, and then the question always ends up of, you know, when are you coming out of early access? Do you have more of a hard out that you guys are looking to make it by?
Oh yeah, we want to get out by towards the end of this year, so we're looking kind of fall that direction. But we have, like, when we went into early access in March, we wanted about 6 months in early access, and it may be 7 months, but that's the kind of timeline. We're not in early access for more than for years. You know, we're in and out quickly because the game is pretty stable as it is.
That's great. So before it is finalized, what do you think Battlegrounds really needs?
Oh, well, I mean, we have to get good server performance. That's the key. You know, we have to make sure that 99% of players have a great time playing the game, you know, and this will come. It just means more time and optimization.
The 1% going to be that one guy who dies first. Yeah. He'll have the worst time.
I know. I see it on my Twitter. People, they like to tell me how to make games, which is fun. But no, I mean, I want to give the best experience to every player, but you know, it's not possible to 100%.
Of course.
You know, we'll do our best.
But community feedback has been a big part of what you guys have been developing since being in, you know, beta and early access. So
yeah, I mean, it really has helped out our balancing weapons by getting feedback from players on how the gameplay feels, and that's been essential. That's why we did early access, and an open and closed beta period, just because it was to try to get as much feedback to balance the game.
Yeah, and also some other modes that maybe you hadn't considered putting in, like zombie mode. That's people.
Well, this is it. Like they created on our custom servers, they created our like custom games with just zombies.
Yeah,
so,
like 96 naked players who are the zombs.
Which is funny and it's great and it's fun. So we decided, why not support this? You know, this is what we try to help and help the custom games that people are creating. And this is what we want to do going forward. Is that, you know, if someone makes a great mod or a great game mode, that we officially support this and try to help them get a start for themselves in the industry. Because I want to find the next PlayerUnknown. You know, I want to find someone who uses our game as a platform to start their own career.
That's very generous of you. Well, you guys, if you're one of 100 or one of 3 million, but you still have some ideas for the game while it's in early access, the people over at Bluehole are listening and they're working on it to get it out within the next 3-4 months. So keep on playing Battlegrounds. Check it out. Watch it. If you haven't yet, it's a lot of fun. Some crazy stuff happens in these matches. So player or spectator, it's a great time to be had. Thank you so much, Brendan, for coming and talking to us. Thank you guys for tuning in to GeForce here at E3. Stay tuned. We got lots more coming your way.